So definitely a team that's been interesting to watch them develop, as we do see Renegades starting out on the CT side. Nifty looking to get a little bit up front here on Fountain. Does spot a player, trying to backpedal now and get out of there.
Yeah, he has got support from Connector, but Optic are looking to split there as well. They have players coming in from B short, so this is very dangerous. Renegade's kind of caught in a tight spot, and H just going to run in as well. Good shot. You still have grabs on in the meantime, but it's going to be Mixwell taking control of this Connector. Optic looking to hound down these kills, but again, they've got a lot of utility, and they're losing it all. As Magis is the only man left standing with those smokes and flashes, he'll be using them into B, as they've lost players all around the map. This is a mess of a round for Optic. Not exactly what they wanted to show. Good shot from JKS on the cross towards Graffiti, and Ustillo, he should be able to clean this up, but if Magis grabs his kill, it's another question. Either way, he finds it, and Renegades on the first round, but very weird, very messy.
Yeah, it can always sometimes get scrappy on pistol rounds. So many close quarters battles you could be taking in short B and Connector. It can always kind of get a little bit chaotic, but Renegades do come out on top. You will go ahead and see a couple of UMPs coming out on Azza and JKS. Same with NAF and Nifty. It's Ustillo with the solo M4. So again, kind of keeping with that pattern you saw on Cash, where they were really UMP heavy on second round, trying to do the same thing here. Just Deagles and P250s for Optic, no armor behind it.
Yeah,
and there was no bomb plant first round, so it's just like a more conservative approach of making sure they get a really nice full opening buy, as opposed to like going CZ armor here and then having a little bit lacking in utility in your opening gun round, maybe not having the op the way you want it. So.
I mean, we saw the exact same buy as well on Cash, right, in the same round. You know, Renegades picking up the CT pistol, and they went for full UMPs. They got a rifle this time, which is nice. But, yeah, you would hope that they could take this round, although going for the UMPs usually allows more utility, but all that's gone already, so they're just down to taking raw aim battles. This is where Optic can exploit. But Renegades still sitting comfortably. 5-on-5 Optic ticking down the clock, setting up outside of B, and again with one Molotov to get them in, you can, where do you even throw that, right? Barrels, heaven maybe, you know. There's not a lot of options here for Optic. They haven't got a flash to get them into the site, so they're just going to be running into UMPs. One kill found for Magis, but here's where the trade comes in. And back again, Aloe doing work with his P250, eventually going to be back in the hands of Renegades, but this may allow the bomb plant.
I mean, Renegades just say the main at hand. They have a guy being able to peek up short pipe, I think, here. So I don't think the plant will, in fact, happen.
Oh, you say that?
Okay, he just gets the kill, so it does go down. All right.
Impressive from Optic. But again, they can still run back in. If you're Renegades, you should be okay to find the round. It becomes messy, but they find it. So it's going to be 2 on the board here for the CT side.
And the great thing about that, by the way, since Optic didn't invest any money into that round, really, I mean, they didn't go as heavy, you know, as CZ armor, right? Yeah. So you did save a few $100s on each player compared to a full force buy second. With this bomb plant, they could theoretically buy here. I'm not sure if they will, but it's definitely an option now since they didn't invest much to get the plant.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, throw it in, especially when Renegades have low money, right? That's the best part of all of it. You know, you find 3 kills and get the bomb plant. Renegades are going to have UMPs, and I'm sure Renegades will be aware of the potential here for
pulling out the SIG. I love it.
Yeah, it was this map earlier as well versus Misfits. Optic won in the group stages.
He was like one of the first pro players to do it. I think it was on Mirage back when he was on Dig, or I don't know if they were called North yet when he used to do it.
No, it was Dig.
Earlier this year. So.
Oh, I think he used it prior to joining North, for sure. Yep. We'll be interested to see if he can do it again. It's going to be aggression from Azza this time. And the bomb on the other side and a lot of control here for Optic. It's a dangerous position. It's a one-and-done spot. We talked about this in Cash, but he gets nothing. It's just done. No one as Optic take the man advantage.
That's probably not where you want to be doing a one-and-done either. You know, Renegades is a team that typically have, like, Azza and NAF always moving around and always being kind of rotators with you still locking down B, and Nifty obviously a pretty A-heavy player with an op. But there, they just kind of got caught separated. Like, they weren't really making a play together. So that's, I think, a little bit of an oversight. See, you still trying to push back B to make a play, but doesn't find anything. But he's able to at least get into short and maybe get some information here. He's got a player with him as well. Oh, okay, Nifty. I see you.
Gets a good upgrade as well. The SG far more powerful on the CT side, as you can just hold an angle. It has that one-shot availability that the M4 doesn't show. And the timing, he turns back around, but he's just going to get out. So he can run back down towards B. Door shut behind him as well, just saying goodbye. It's going to be aggression from JKS. They look to regain long control on Renegade side, and I feel like that's quite unnecessary. They're going to get caught out. Nafly's so tagged. He should give up the site here, but he grabs a kill before he departs. This is good. This allows it to pull back into a 3-on-3, and while they can give up the bomb plant to Optic, they can just play the retake together. Although preemptively, again pushing back in. Oh, Nifty! One shot, and Nafly finds 2 as well. They don't even allow the bomb plant.
That was looking so bad at first. Renegades, when Azza goes down like that over towards Fountain with no one really there to trade to get the revenge frag, and I was a bit worried about them at that point. But Nifty, you know, sneaking, like Batman and connector right there, just coming down from the shadows and getting that SIG out of Magic's hands and then putting it to use in the late round. And then Naf, really big play from him. I think he had a hat trick on that round. Big stuff to keep it to Renegades, and now they should be able to skate to a 4th round. Optic, just Deagles, and the Glock on Alu obviously saving for an AWP. So Renegades are starting to find a really good little foundation here on Overpass to start with. And again, they have the 1 map advantage, so you got to think about that. Optic needs this to force the 3rd.
Yeah, and realistically, it should be theirs, right? This is a map that Optic are very confident on usually, and Renegades don't like to
Definitely
touch.
the better pedigree on Optic.
Yeah, for sure. It's just that Renegades are already off to a bounding start. 2 kills again in this round. Azza, an off angle for Nifty. Spray almost whiffs, but he recovers and finds 2 of his own. So Freiburg alone, bomb dropped, and Optic with nothing to play with. He finds an M4, and he does get the kill as well, but that should be it. He's not armored. He's going to get caught reloading as Nafli gets aggressive. Good catch from Naf, and Renegades continuing the streak again.
Indeed, so off to a solid start here. We are going to see Optic, though, getting into their full buy. Probably one of the best buys they've had all game is going to be coming up. Curious to see what they do. Usually a team that likes to play very default, again, very similar to Cash. You know, Mage just playing stairs as he's done pretty much the bulk of his career. HS lurking out B, just trying to work that 3-man A control. That's typically what you'll see. Mage just does have the SIG once more, and he will be taking a connector per usual. Nifty, though, looking to take some initiative here on the A side. Misses his first shot, but he's not backing down just yet. He might be looking for Mages here in connector. He knows Mages likes to play solo a lot, so he may fancy his chances in a 1v1 duel. As they're exchanging some utility, kind of just holding things at a stalemate for now, but Nifty will be looking to peek at this moment.
You've got to be careful. Mixwell snuck up long. This is good timing. Nafli not going to expect such a close position, but there's still 2 CTs there. And Mixwell realizes that with shots coming in from both players, he falls back. Regroups with Optic. It was a nice attempt at finding a pick, but it gets given away. And Nifty still got to be careful as he has players coming down from lower. Nifty! He finds a flick onto Magis. This man is unstoppable.
The firing speed on this guy, man, is definitely up there, but he's kind of stuck in connector. They can certainly pinch him and chase him down and get this kill back. And he's going to have a hard time fighting his way out of this one.
Please no.
But he might get at least 1 more. That would be enough.
No.
Okay, here he is. Oh. If he would have hit that, I would have left. But he does eventually clear out by Freiburg. But he still got 2 out of that spot. Well done.
There's no way he should be allowed to.
Yeah.
No way. Ridiculous. Very impressive nonetheless, but now Optic are left to 3, and they have to run onto a site. 30 seconds left. They spent far too long trying to control this one player, just causing an issue in connector. And they don't have utility. They have a smoke and 2 Molotovs, but that's not really a huge amount. So Optic trying to push onto this site with such limited time and limited utility is going to make things very difficult. And Renegades already have 3 set up, so good luck. 1 and done for Nafli, and he finds exactly that. He's not done, though. As Alu's alone, they're going to try and clear him up. He has 10 seconds, can't stay alive, and Azza will finish it off. So Renegades, such a strong start to this game.
Yeah, 1 of 2 things had to happen for Optic in that round for that to go their way. Either A, they have to get Nifty, you know, Magic has to win the 1v1 duel and allow Nifty nothing, or at the very least, they need to make sure he only gets 1 kill, or I think Mixwell has to push out long. I feel like he got too timid. He saw Naf peeking, they exchanged some bullets. I think Mixwell could have just followed up and swung around and probably caught, you know, Naf trying to get into cover, and that could have opened up along A for Optic and gave them something to get into the site. But I guess he didn't want to. I think he felt that second player was there. He didn't want to go for an equal exchange. But if him and his teammate would have peeked together, I think they could have cleared out the A-bomb site. So I feel like there's a little bit of timidness there on Optic. They're not really following up the same way I'd expect Mixwell to normally do. As now they're just on a pistol armor buy. Smoke up on short, though, denies them vision for now. It is 3-man focused at B for Renegades for the defense here. And they even have Azza beginning to think about rotating thanks to this forward position that Nifty has with the AWP. He's not seeing anything. And so this is going to be tough to crack open.
Oh, you still owe close. Got to watch out. He turns back and only to get shot in it. Mixwell finds 1. And while Nafli double trades, he'll fall as well. So still equal. It's luckily still Renegades have players in the site to contend with. And with the bomb drop, that gives all the information away. Flank from Alu, almost whiffed, but he recovers. And he gets himself a gun to work with, his favorite gun as well, the AWP. Back up as he can move in. He still has time to play with them. While Renegades have the double rotation, he can easily access the bomb if he finds his first kill to cross. Timing gets the better of him, though, and JKS will just continue this streak. It gets close with the investment from Optic, but it was pistols, it was armor, but it's still around for Renegades.
Yeah, Renegades are looking sharp right now. It's been dominant. Basically, if you were to count from round 6 of map 1 to now, they've only just given up a couple of rounds, you know, in the last however many that they've played.
Pretty much 2 out of the last
20-something rounds that they've played. So,
rounds.
I mean, they're definitely picking steam up here on the series. As Optic need to start kind of thinking about what they want to do here. You know, again, they're usually very default-oriented, but so far that hasn't really panned out for them. Obviously, they haven't really had a lot of money this half, and they've only had, like, 2 really good buys thus far. So, and also you have to think that maybe just because he's buying into the SIG 3 times, I mean, that is a bigger investment than buying into an AK multiple times. So that does leave a little bit less maybe utility out there to play with. So you have to kind of consider if it's even worth it that he keeps doing this because he's not really finding frags with it. Well,
he had a great game with it earlier on, but they were just stomping over Misfits. It wasn't really a close game by any means. So this is a very different story. Still committing. That's overconfidence F and JKS. He expects Optic to not check it. So you can't hide from that position unless the teammate below you ducks. And even then, it's possible Optic spray through the wall anyway. They reboost though, and Nafly, good shot, takes down HS. So still Renegades pull it back. But Azza's going to go down along in the meantime. So it's taking fights. And yeah, it's good to see Renegades confident, but when they keep losing these 1v1s without tradable positions, it starts to get a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, they're starting to get punished.
Yeah, start to get them out of control.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just the thought of we need to make a play because we're down a man is maybe ringing in their heads there. But now Azza's giving the man advantage up. But Nifty, he gets it right back into even situation. He's holding short with an op. They're focused up on A. They're committed. There's 2 players here. What can they do from Optimus? Can they stop this execute from working?
Again, we've seen this position before from Nafly, but the deep Molotov won't stop him just yet. He still sits bypassing it. Ustillo gets 1, and Nafly follows up with 2, shutting down the AWP. How does it not get that shot? How do they not react and kill him? I have no idea.
I almost thought he jumped the gun. I thought he started firing a bit too early. They weren't really exposed out yet when Naf started laying down the trigger, and so I thought he was actually going to be in a lot of trouble, but he's allowed to kind of recover, settle back, and re-peek and get a couple of kills. It certainly didn't help that Optic, that Molotov they threw. It didn't do them any favors. It didn't flush Naf out of position. They were more focused on hitting the other side of Optimus. And while Naf's, you know, just in a position where he's able to get past their utility and make a play. So Renegades up 7-0 right now on the pick of Optic. They are thrashing them. Even that round where Optic had an advantage and it looked pretty good for them, they still can't capitalize. It just seems like everything is going Renegades' way. Even when they start to lose numbers, they still find a way to win. And that can spell a lot of trouble for an Optic team who is facing elimination in this map. And they're not showing us much of anything.
And again, you've got to take into account right now, Optic have dug themselves into one of these holes where it's just, you know, continually lose rounds. If they don't get bomb plants, every other round is one of these half pistol buys, and it's just going to get more and more difficult to get anything done. Nifty stop. Again, doing damage with the AWP will eventually be traded. And Optic actually getting himself into a good spot, right? Because Freiberg, he can take the AWP, he's low, it works well. They both have armor, so it's a retake up for Renegades, but still I'm not too worried. They've been playing so well, and Ustillo carries on. He had 22 kills in the previous map, and he's looking to repeat exactly that. As Magix is alone, he's forced out by the Molotov, but he pushes around it, and they don't expect him. You can see Ustillo has no idea he's close, so he's wrapped and he's got 1. He may just get 2, and Magix saves it for Optic on a pistol round.
Finally, something goes Optic's way. I mean, it feels like every time you think Renegades should only get 1 frag, they wind up getting that 1 extra. And that 1 extra has been a big difference maker, but May just finally reels something in. Finally adds a brick to the green wall that really just seems to be nothing but rubble right now in this series. But they're trying to piece something together. Big clutch there might give them the energy they need to kind of fuel some type of run. They need to be piecing some rounds together. They can't afford to be reset again. Otherwise, Renegades will be able to just keep building up a lead here on the CT side. Renegades looking to take initiative once more. They're not letting Optic settle into a default. They're going to push them down short B, a player in the angle, but HS does grab it. He's done well to kind of defend this B aggression the past few rounds.
Yeah, Renegade's going to be awkward now because they can't pre-rotate a player down. Not only do they only have 4, but 2 of them are pushed up on A. The easiest point of rotation is down that connector, but Optic have control. And again, this boost. Nafly trying to spot HS, but they caught this exact man a couple of rounds prior. They make noise. So they've got to fall back because Optic now can wallbang themselves, and instead they'll actually just rotate a player up the connector. HS stays alone towards B, and considering he's low, I imagine he's just catching rotation. So Optic really are going to focus on A this round. And Renegades need to work that out as well, because again, with deep players down Monster, this is long rotations. This is just essentially a 2-on-4 now for Renegades. If these 2 players on A don't get anything done, we don't see those B players rotate. We just see them save and give up the round.
That's very true. Renegades are definitely the ones under the pressure right now in this particular round. Nifty needs to find something with this AWP. That or Asa up close with the UMP needs to line something up. There is still a firm monster defense here for NAF and Ustilla, so if they do decide to push up short B, definitely Renegades can turn and be able to face it, but I think it's going to come down to this fight right here. What can Asa do?
Oh, they
Nothing.
check it. Mixwell finds it, and Nifty trades, but again, this man is going crazy today. Eventually goes down, so Warp dropped and bomb picked up, 18 seconds left, and as we said, you know, if Renegades don't get kills on the A site, they just straight up save. These two players are nowhere near the bomb site.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's just big HS catching the B aggression certainly helps they finally limit Nifty to 1 kill. So many times Nifty's just multi-fragged in rounds where he probably shouldn't be able to, but this time they finally take care of business. So he tries to re-peek into Alu. Alu's up to the task this time around, and good contributions across the board here from Optic. This will be their second round in a row, so they avoid a reset, which is big, and hopefully they're going to retain a lot of guns and not have to do a lot of rebinds so they can start building up their economy for the rest of the half. At least that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah, the money for Renegades is going to be the biggest issue moving forward. So Optic are able to start to put rounds on the board, put rounds together on this T side, just off the back of Renegades not having cash. So yeah, they save 2, and yeah, I imagine they'll force just because Optic, you know, are doing work, but even so, I don't see this netting too much for Renegades. This is where Optic will hopefully start to kick back, because again, this is their map. This is a map we want to see Optic do well, and they should be bringing this to Mirage.
Yep. You would certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Look at Gomez out there cheering on his team. I see you out there. A lot of people out there, actually. The Green Wall alive and well as well. So a lot of fans coming in to check out these two teams that regularly compete in the North American scene, though neither one of these teams are actually from North America. A couple of players are, but this shows you how diverse the NA scene has become with, you know, imports and making the scene more interesting. A little bit of a different kind of boost going on for Renegades this round, with you still trying to pop it off from Connector. NAF, in the meantime, does pick up HS, so this time the B aggression has panned out for Renegades.
But again, with only 2 rifles up, actually make that 3. This should be okay for Optic. You still trying to catch them. Magis is too clever. He's aware, takes the frag, and now Optic back in the lead if they weren't already. And again, JKS no armor with that AK, so this should not be an issue for Optic to start to clean up now. I think this is where we probably see this European side regain composure and get themselves back into the game, maybe end up with a more decent half considering a 7-0 start for Renegades. And we can't let that get to the heads of Renegades. They're still able to fight back in this matchup, even though this isn't a map they're typically known for.
Yeah, I think Renegades will be saving again here. I think this is one of the things where they hedge their bets on A by trying to push together, and if they happen to run into Optic, then maybe they could still win the round, but with Optic just waltzing into an open B bomb site. Yeah, Nifty can still face him and look for something because he only has a deagle, but you can rest assured that this AK and M4 are certainly going to be looking to take more passive positions and try to carry over to the next round, as Nifty does pop off the 1 deag there onto Mixwell, not able to really capitalize and grab a gun off the back of it, but at least, you know, trying to tap into Optic's wallet a bit. They're actually kind of looking for exits at Monster. I figured they would lay back a bit more.
Well, that's more of the fact Renegade's going to be buying next round, right? And if they can keep Optic's economy low, they can continue to invest and then easily get that not hard reset, but just get a reset onto Optic and force them back down to an eco. So the more damage they get into these kind of rounds, even though they're not committing to the buy, in the future when they do, if Optic only save 1 or 2 players, then Renegades are going to benefit from it.
Yeah, certainly, but they do manage to keep these 2 rifles, and they'll have, I don't think they have enough money actually to get Nifty and AWP, which certainly hurts because that's usually the guy. Oh, never mind, they actually were able to get him an AWP. I'm not sure who was able to drop for him. I think it was NAF who actually had the money and was able to get him the op. And that's great because Renegades is a team on their CT side that love to be proactive. They love to be able to stick Nifty's op different locations and look for opening picks. They try to unsettle Optic, a team that likes to play default. Okay, let's rattle you, right? Let's try to pick you apart. Let's not give you that free space to work with. And you can see them again pushing down short B, including Nifty's op. Usually a rarity to see ops on the B side of the map and solo op setups, but something that Nifty does like to do. NAF from Connector as well.
They've really got to be careful in this Connector. Optic have been so prolific at taking control there. So Renegades contesting is a big risk, and you can see these both these players on short are actually beginning to back off because they know not only do they have Connector, which has now been given up with the player backing off, but also there'd be Monster to worry about. Good shot from Nifty and defense from JKS, but finally this split comes up through short. HS is there, and he will get mollied off, but he's found 1 kill in the process. Optic still down a man.
Yeah, I like that Renegade's aggression has layers. There's always someone else there to make sure they're trading and not just losing members, as Alu takes a lot of spam damage trying to kind of creep out the toilet area and look for a pick into the A-bomb site. That's giving Renegades even more of a foothold in this round. They're already a man up, and they have Alu down low. Nav trying to play a little bit of an interesting angle here behind the dumpster, but gets caught by Alu's AWP. That gives Optic a little bit better footing now in this round as they start pressing up onto the A side.
It's pretty much just Azza, though. He's alone. The other players are down B. So Renegades now have to make a decision. Do they want to commit to this, or do they save once again? Because this will be the 4th round in a row for Optic if they do. And yeah, they're going to give it up, falling back through connector. It's Optic's round. Yeah, I think a bit aggressive on the site there from I think it was Naf, just sitting alone on the truck, alone on the
dumpster.
The dumpster, yeah. Continuing to fight, but his teammate wasn't in the site to even defend him or trade, for example, if they pushed up through short.
It looked to me like he was just trying to hold an off angle on toilets, but he just got caught by Alu, maybe not even realizing he could be spotted from Alu from that far back middle. Either way, that certainly was kind of the kill that really prompted Optic to go ahead and roll out on A and get the job done. As Nifty's trying to hold this AWP, but he could get caught by Alu. Just the timing favors Nifty in that particular exchange, so he does get the frag and does backpedal, but there's still a chase being given by Freiburg, but he's caught as well, and so Renegades, they're able to handle these save situations pretty well, keep the guns flowing. Nifty will have enough money to even drop a player, so they should have a decent buy.
And this is the damage that we talked about as well. Keep Optic's economy low. Even if you're losing rounds, eventually Optic are going to not have enough money to buy up as soon as you pick up 1 or 2 in a row. So, you know, taking down 4 players even though you lose could be worse for Renegades. And you can see Optic have money to fall back on. They have a range of 1 to 4,000, but, you know, it's not a perfect situation considering they've had 4 in a row. Either way, it will be good for now, and that will allow Magis to bring back the Krieg into play. Although already decapitated is Freiburg, it's Nifty to get aggressive on the A-bomb site. And Renegades finally starting things off back with a man advantage.
Yeah, they haven't let up on looking to be assertive, and I think that really plays to Overpass. It's a map where CTs can take a lot of space at middle and then slowly retreat back to A as needed. It's one of the maps where CT aggression is a lot more common, and they're making it work. They're never settling. But Magis looking to finally put the sig to work, does get an entry on to B, and they might prompt him just to go for the sites, but they have a lot of numbers outside Monster right now.
Yeah, fake smoke down, and you still have peeks past it
so
as well.
Vulnerable, he's by himself, rotation's so far away.
And they're going to burst out long as well. He's got so many angles to watch, and he gets it all done. 2 kills, pistol out for more, but there's a trade. Magis eventually pulls it back into contention. So Optic, they have control of the site, but finally we have Renegades in a man advantage. They can't afford to throw this one away, because we've seen them do it before. As Optic, they have good utility to smoke off this heaven. Alu's down lower, and he has the Molotov as well for Graffiti, or at least CT Spawn, to hold off these CTs from getting back in. It's a plant down for Magis, and it's at least timed, as Renegades have to rotate back in. Either way, it's slow for Renegades. They wait to see if Optic get aggressive on the post-plant. Nifty holds the outside of Monster with the AWP. And Optic, they don't look for a pick. Now they're going to start to at least clear angles, check, and make sure, and it's Alu to start. Nifty blinds himself. That could end in his death as well. He needs to get this kill, because Az has already dropped, as Alu's traded things back again, trying to keep this one alive for his team. The lone Finn up against Nifty. Molotov in, he rushes through it with a Glock. He's going to burn, but Nifty's sticking the bomb. He doesn't realize he's pushed, and Nifty doesn't even need the pistol. Orp out, finds a frag, and Renegades just in time for the defuse.
Yeah, obviously a big clutch from Nifty, really manages that push from Alu well. Certainly could catch players off guard pushing through a fire like that, but Nifty very quick on the firing speed, very good at the 180s, able to make it happen, but you have to give so much credit to Ustillo. He's stranded on B. Yeah. His support is quite a ways off, so he knows he has to make a big play to give his team a chance, and he comes up with 2 kills on Monster. That's way more than what you can ask of him normally. He should be getting 1 at best there, so the fact he gets that extra kill gives Renegades that little bit of line to work with.
And it gives them that man advantage again, ended in them coming back in for the retake and taking it in a 1-on-1. You know, without that prior man advantage, that could have been Optic's round for sure.
And the Optic again just playing very default, again keeping it standard. They will have Mixwell, I believe, this time helping Magis out in connector, just trying to get that closer distance peek into bathroom, something they do like to throw in every now and then. Also can still fight short view with the HS, so they're trying to get a little bit more map control under their belts. We do have Nifty playing a different position this time. He's boosted up top, an angle. I don't think he's played that spot yet, and he can actually use it to hold while Azza pushes down with the UMP, so there's layers to this aggression.
Nifty, though, rerouting back in the toilets. Again, he's got to try and defend Azza, because UMP, it's always dangerous as Optic just play trade game and push 2 up long. Doesn't matter though. Nafly's rotated off of B, so we have 3 men up on this A site. Dangerous position for the UMP to be in. He won't spot anyone as well, so getting misinformation, he pushes past them. Optic, they're about to burst, but do they check this corner? It's a no, and it's a bomb. As Optic now give away the package to Renegades, it gives them so much information, can allow for these early rotations that Renegades have not been showing. They've been saving when Optic do this, and with the time low, it's going to work for Nafly. A second kill. Azar even follows up with the UMP, and this round is falling apart for Optic. Only 2 players left. They only just retrieved the bomb as well, but it's still players coming in from all angles. Renegade just tearing them apart.
I can't even begin to explain to you how ridiculous that really was. Every single aggressive maneuver that Renegades made somehow goes unspotted. It's actually unreal how that UMP and Tullet's able just to kind of start creeping closer and closer towards Party without being spotted. Nifty never getting spotted. Azza never getting spotted flanking around. Like, so much hinged on just incredible timing and a little bit of luck, if we're 100% honest, that no one just happened to catch a glimpse as they were positioning themselves. And now we have Optic in essentially a full save in this round, saving for last. Nifty somehow able to escape. I've come just to not question it anymore. Somehow Nifty makes it work. I don't know. But actually, Optic are making things a little bit dicey in this round, and they keep it going. Freiburg with AWP. Able to land a headshot, not who you normally expect, and now they have a 2-on-2 somehow, but he still has the bomb. You hate to see it.
A full Glock round where
and he's going by himself to get it with no support. It's just a 1-on-1 for you. Stillo gets him for free. Oh, the anticlimacticness of that. I was pumped. Freiburg's getting a hot frag. I was like, all right, got 2-on-2 a chance, but missing something key.
But the thing is, I don't think even Optic expected to get that.
Oh, yeah, very true.
Kind of situation. It was off the back of, Nifty gets aggressive and he finds a pick, but they go, okay, he's an AWP, he's alone, let's burst him, let's chase him down. They forget the bomb there to focus on chasing Nifty, and then after that, they find the second kill in Toilets, and from then on, it's just a steamroll, like, keep going, guys, keep going, let's get the site. And then it's like, oh, wait, we left the bomb.
Yeah, we left a key piece of our success behind. And so it's 10-4 for Renegades, having a great CT side here.
Very strong. But either way, Optic, at least they pulled it back with a few rounds on this T side. However, the last 3 in a row have been all Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. As Renegades look to finish us off with 11. They definitely have the buy for it, but so does Optic. It's close. And I'm glad to see a good economy game from both teams this map again. That was something that we talked about, struggling a little bit more for Optic in the previous one, right? It was just kind of that situation where they picked up 2 buy rounds after the first 5 that they took, and from then on it was just reset. So Renegades played so strong in keeping Optic on pistols a lot of the time. This time it's a different story, and Optic have had a few chances, had a few options to do damage.
Yeah, again, they're having, I think, that boost op set up again over towards, oh, never mind, they don't. They're doing a bait and switch, though, right? They have Azza playing up close. Nifty's going to take first contact and then fall back, and then that's when Azza can jump on whoever is going to peek out long A. If they decide to commit to that, that is. Alu, there it is. He's being baited a bit. He hears that op shot. He may not expect Azza up close. A pop flash as well, allowing Azza to firmly tuck into this corner. Will Alu check? It's the big question. He does, and he lands the shot that's big. Allows Alu to get that space. Now a lot of weight on Nifty's shoulders.
Yeah, he's going to go big here, and he has usually, so let's expect it. 30 seconds left. As Optic push, he misses a shot, and that was a perfect opportunity with the player with his nade out. Nifty doesn't get a second option, as Optic won't push past this. Smokes down, good utility from the T side, and that holds Renegades out of the site. Still Ustillo on the flank, but 2 Ts already here to hold the defense, and he shoots the wrong one. It's Magis. He's got so many more players around him, and HS there to trade. Even aggression from Optic as they bypass the smokes and push in deep. Nifty dead, and JKS to trade, but he's stuck in a 1v3. This should be impossible. A kit to play with, but Optic with all 3 players and a good post plant. Toilets control and no one peeking. He's given no opportunities to a frag, and Optic, they should be peeking this one together. It's a solo peek, but it works out. 5 rounds in for Optic on the T side.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where Nifty's been hitting plays like that all day long, so you expect it to happen again, but I think it becomes to a point where it waters it down and makes you think it's a lot easier than it is. Like, trying to come up with those big plays, it's not always sustainable, and that just happens to be one of those situations where Nifty just kind of misses a couple of shots. It gives Optic a bit more breathing room. Obviously, a big catch from Alu to pick up on Azza right away, who was pushed down close. I think that's what's so dangerous about playing that bait and switch setup where you have an op or an A site and you have someone playing up underneath the boost. Yeah. All it takes is one smoke grenade to isolate yourselves from each other, and that gives Alu the ability to safely check his close corner without having to worry about an op or peeking him from APC. That's exactly what Alu does. Helps them get that space they need. Really well done by Optic to start recovering towards the end of the half. They actually did fit in, I think, 5 of the last 8 rounds after going down 6-0 or 7-0. So at least they're able to get themselves in the game.
I would say as well, with that orb set at the bait and switch, it's so common nowadays. If you throw down that smoke, Nifty goes to the blind shot through the smoke, and then Alu goes, okay, there's an orb down there, so chances are I should check this corner.
Yeah,
because it's so common, you just have the orb play passive and you have a player pushed up. So yeah, of course he checks it, because he goes, all right, they're smoked off, we may as well clear it. There's no one here to stop me. Although I have seen times, rarely where Renegades play this map, but I have seen times where Nifty will get smoked off in that position, yet he'll still push through the smoke, and he'll still get aggressive with the AWP to defend Azza, who's playing close. But I was expecting it there, didn't show it either way.
It's one of those situations where people may think, like the common person may think, oh, it's counterintuitive to smoke off your own entry that you need into the site. But actually, when you're trying to isolate players and clear things and be cautious, it's actually perfect. And so, again, great recovery from Optic to make this competitive. 10-5. Renegades now will skate over to the T side, see if they can't still end this series in 2. Again, they did win cash pretty convincingly, so they have that safety net.
Good opportunity. A very good one as well. Utility up here for Nifty. A default buy for Optic with Freiburg on the kid as usual, and JKS charging the A-bomb site. Already Optic have fallen back from the early aggressive positioning they showed with those USPs, and Renegades going to look to bring the situation into more close quarters. Favor those Glocks, but they don't bypass the mark. They just hold on to toilets for the time being. Again, that's fine. Optic may settle into a 3-man A setup with lots of time given for this rotation, but with no one watching the back from Renegades in the connector, that also allows a flank, so they've got to be careful, and therefore they're just going to quickly push the A-bomb site. Alu's there, damage done, there's the kill, looking for more, and Flash is perfect from Freiburg, really good utility. Alu does run out of ammo, but his teammates are there to back him up, so it doesn't even matter. Renegades just being torn limb from limb. JKS is there to trade, and he'll pull it back into a 2-on-3, but now things starting to fall apart again. Optic, they've fully rotated, but Nafly
could get a plant.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Optic should rotate back into Heaven in time, and if they can catch the cross, this is fine. Although, he's got it into position. Just guarantee the money, I'd say. Guarantee the money, get that bomb plant, don't need to take a fight. Optic will push in, they'll kill him, but if he can get that buy up early into this T side, that would be good. Either way, they're charging on in, and Nafly just trying to make do with what he can from a bad situation. If he found this round, it would be ridiculous, and he does start it off well. Freiburg dead, looks in for more. How are they not hitting him here? He's just baiting with them, but eventually getting ticked down to low HP, and Optic will do it.
Yeah, you get a little bit worried when Naf gets a kill and he gets into a position with the bomb down. Definitely can be a very clutch player from our scene in A, but not that time. But he makes the best out of a bad situation, right? You're stuck in a 1v3. Everything's kind of falling apart, but you still get that bomb plant money, and it gives you that option to, full save here, buy up early. As you do see the P250 coming out onto Naf, and looks like there's no armor being bought. So yeah, they're definitely looking to buy next round. So this should be Optic easily finding a 7th, but the next round's going to be where the real action is.
Yeah, that's why they go safe with rifles here. 1 UMP. Money wants to be farmed up, but Renegades aren't going to be giving them a force here as they just charge in. Nifty somehow gets a kill again. This man is on fire, but so is Freiburg. 2 kills with the FAMAS. It's a nice cleanup from Optic. A couple of deaths in the middle of things, but still it'll be the buy-up next round that we're waiting for. And with Mixwell not being able to upgrade that UMP, that's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world here for Optic.
Yeah, and here's where I want to see how Renegades manages Magus. Magus, this is probably one of his best CT maps historically when you think about Dignitas, is being that guy who's so good at pushing down middle, so good at playing connector, just, a guy that can be really a nuisance to deal with when you're trying to play default A control, which is obviously the bread and butter you have to have on a T side. You have to be able to play defaults well. And we are going to see them loading up heavy numbers into connector here for Renegades, looking to see if they can't work their way up. In the meantime, Optic's pushed down long, and they've caught Nifty solo, and they've been able to stamp him out, as Renegades will make the immediate response to push B fast.
Oh, they catch one as well. Smoke blooms, but Mixwell just dies before it. Good shot from JKS, and that should surely force a quick push into the site. Ustilo even follows up. So Renegades just open up the B site like a can of worms, and Optic, they've got to quickly move their way down the stairway. Renegades have got the bomb plant as well, and good utility for the post. As Optic, they're not given a lot of options as they begin to move in. We've got Ustilo still pushed up here towards Graffiti, and that just adds more difficulty for Optic to try and retake. More positions for them to check. And Freiburg, while he may be aware of the potential, he still needs to clear this corner. And even if he does, his players on the site, you see he fake checks it. He doesn't even expect Ustilo to be there, so uncertain. But that should surely force a save, or at least attempted save. And I say attempted because Nafly is ruining Alu down on B.
Big win from Renegades. There's a couple of points to make there. One is the ability to read the situation. Okay, they push 2 down long A. I know that means they're going to have a very long rotation to get to B, so I need to capitalize. The second point, no hesitation on that. You're very confident that that's the correct response to what you're feeling on the A side of the map, and they don't hesitate. They just go for it. certainly a little bit of luck involved to get that kill through the smoke on short B. I mean, if they miss that kill, the smoke goes down and that player's able to retreat back into the B-bomb site, maybe you have a harder time actually cracking open the B-bomb site. But it can just show you like how important impact frags are. Having that kill that actually gets you into the site and gets your main goal accomplished, which is, you know, getting the bomb down and putting yourself in a position to win. And so a good victory there for Renegades, up now 11-7, and they have Optic in a really mixed buy situation. Good play from Magic still. He gets the opening frag. Might be looking for more here. He's still lingering around.
Ooh, shot through the smoke as well. 16 HP left, so dangerous for Optics to still be fighting. I understand they need to probably make a play considering the weapons aren't too good on this round, but it's very dangerous and it results in Freiburg's death, so Renegades actually pull it back. In your opinion, would you say, given the buy, right, we had 2 pistols, obviously Freiburg had a deagle, like, while Optic had the man advantage, you still think it's safe for them to chase and still look for more frags just to increase the chances of them finding this round?
I think it's dependent upon your players and what they feel most comfortable doing, what they feel their best chance to succeed is. And I think for a guy like Magus, he loves to be aggressive on the A side of the map. It's been that way for some time, even going back to his Danish team. So I think it does make sense if you feel like that's like your best chance to make things happen. And again, you want to get in someone's face with the CZ and a UMP, right? You don't want to be taking distance battles. So not a bad attempt. It's not too terrible either. I mean, it's a 4-on-4. Definitely favors the terrorists, but they're still not out of it completely. Oh.
This man.
There you go.
This man is something else.
He's on fire this series, dude.
He's following up another kill on A. Great. It's again. We saw this earlier. Renegades have Magis did the exact same thing where Optic were hitting A, but he just finds 2 kills on B. Renegades walk out B now, and Optic probably still think it's A because of those 2 kills from Nifty. So HS, well, he's still committed here. There's so many players, and JKS going to clean it up as well. Magis is alone, and he's not going to be able to get anything done from the heavens with the scout. He'll just get domed. Renegades. They are looking on form so far, Dust.
I feel like I've seen Nifty have a high ceiling for some time, but like it's good to see that, but the next step is always making that consistently happen. It's the same story about NAF, the same story for a lot of young players where they look flashy, but it's like, can they do that on an in-and-out basis? And I feel Nifty's starting to approach that now with this team. And I think part of it is the fact that he is good. It's just taking him time to be able to settle in and be consistent, but it's also he's balancing in-game leadership. And I think you have to figure out over time how to balance fragging and in-game leading, especially when you're changing rosters a lot. But I feel like this team's finally stabilizing with their lineup. People know what their expectations are, and that means that Nifty has less he has to micromanage, and it's freeing him up to make plays like this round here. Obviously, mostly just an eco mop-up, but still putting numbers on the board and making sure Optic don't threaten them in an anti-eco. So 13-7 now for Renegades.
Very, very strong so far. Again, this is the one that Optic should have taken. This is the one that no one on the desk predicted, nor you to predict.
No,
and why would you?
I'll go ahead and put myself in there,
yeah,
too.
I don't even blame you. I said Renegades would take this, but I just, I said it for a bit of fun firstly, but also just because they look strong. However, on paper, this is a map that Optic should always pick up, and Renegades don't touch overpass as well. So it's a surprise to see them do so well, but, Nifty is popping off on all cylinders, as are, pretty much everyone on Renegades. No one's having a bad game by any means, and we actually have a bit of aggression this time. Optic throw a spanner in the works. Magis pushed up. We saw Azza do this earlier on Renegade's CT side. And it didn't work out quite so well, and this time it's looking to be the same as Renegades actually come out from behind here from Magis. He's holding the wrong angle. He's got 2 to watch. Luckily, they won't check it, though, and why would they? You still owe dead. Magis looking for more. He turns back round, but the spray only just misses. 16 HP left on JKS as he trades.
Yeah, again, Mage is just showing that tendency to love to make plays happen at A. Unfortunately, he doesn't find that second kill. He's very close to doing so, but Renegades hold it even, just kind of in a holding pattern for now. As working his way to connector to short B. That bomb's also sliding over with Nifty towards Monster, where he already has NAF and JKS waiting. So a B execute certainly seems to be what's on the menu for this round, as Renegades are just a few away from 2-1 in the series and moving on to that grand final, perhaps adding a 3rd title in a row to their tournament run they've had lately here. Having a lot of success in Asia, obviously, with the minor in Shanghai.
Maybe they'll find a 3rd, but we'll see how this round goes. As they get closer and closer to taking this map, 14 could be perfect for them, but time is of the essence, and time is low. Mixwell's on the site, but he's already dead. Nafly and Azza both find entries, and Optic, again, just fall apart. Nothing here. They don't find a single individual kill. And that's just not enough here. They're going to be left in a really awkward spot. Even Alu missing that shot on the jump. So Optic looking to probably save here. Alu can potentially get damaged, but again, Renegades have so much money to fall back on. We have players of an upwards of $5,000 on this team.
It's another story of Renegades mitigating the impact of early aggression. You know, Major's only getting 1 kill, able to respond appropriately to the aggression, get together, gather up, hit a site, trade well. Naf again showing you that, hey, I can also entry now, that I've added this element to my game. You need to worry about that. I have the aim to push you down. And he and Azza just unlock B, and now Renegades push this to 14-7, and Optic, they're running out of time and options. I mean, this is a team that obviously really struggled at the European minor, but they kind of got a little bit of a pass in some regards. Like, it was close. They were just a couple of rounds away from making the major qualifier. It's their first LAN. You know, give them some more time. This is their second appearance together offline to try to prove, you know, that this lineup isn't just a lineup on paper. It's also a good team, and the talent's certainly there, but they're really struggling here to get this win right now and get them into the grand final.
Yeah, I think more time is exactly what Optic need moving forward. Not to count them out of any means, by any means of this matchup, but it is starting to look very difficult. And again, pause gives them some time to work out what they want to do. They have iBUYPOWER on the roster, so he can definitely add some insight. Of course, he was instrumental not only to CLG, you know, for a short amount of time before he was bought out, but also just to Optic generally, to both rosters. So it's nice to see him.
He definitely can be super helpful in an analytical role, trying to come up with anti-strats or kind of come up with new tactics, especially for a guy like Freiberg, who is in the season in-game leader, who's admitted in interviews that he's struggling right now to adapt to an in-game leader role. So to have someone who's analytical behind you certainly can help.
Yeah, but a fast B here. Renegades want to close this out in style, trying to find that 15th round as they burst the bomb site. Mixwell close with a shotgun. This could be good, but he takes it at a range. It's taking 3 shots, and only 2 of them land. The third one goes away, and JKS stays alive. But still, Optic Gaming finally put up kills on this B bomb site. Nifty responds through the smoke. Ridiculous shot as expected, and Magic's moving back in from short. This is a good position from him to play, and HS is actually going to be there for support as well. One for him, and Nifty left in a clutch. Let's not count him out. He's done some ridiculous things today, and he spots Magic as well. That's a second kill, sorry, a third this round, as he begins to wrap the pillar. HS, who was previously spotted, is known. And Nifty just plays, waits for the push on the smoke, and he gets it! Renegades at 15 rounds are about to make the grand finals here at iBUYPOWER Masters.
Nifty is just killing it this series. I mean, he ended the cash with the crazy up-close kills with the AWP. It was a quad kill round there. This time it's a quad kill round to get his team closer to that victory. He's at map point now. What a play. He's just so methodical in how he approaches that, man. He just kind of dances around the smoke. He seems to thrive in chaotic situations. You know, when his back's up against the walls, that seems when he strikes the most. He's already got 30 kills this game. He's looking for more. He's tagged Mages down to 22 HP. He could be looking to put the finishing touches on this series and getting that 3rd Grand Finals appearance in a row for this Renegades team, as they're pushing down A quickly now into party, into toilets.
And Optic close. Ustillo, close corner, Magis low, and he's checking the wrong side. There's a free kill. Renegades finish off what Nifty started, and Ustillo looks for more, but he burns. Got to be careful here in the Molotov. As Optic, they may have players close in the connector, and Alu actually does work from the site, so it keeps it in fray. As Optic, they don't want to fall out just yet. They want to keep this game going. This is so bad for Optic, considering the map pick. Mixwell, though, aggression. In the meantime, we've got a player snuck into B, but he'll get shot from the back, not expecting that, although Nifty's there to trade. And that's something, again, Renegades have been putting up so well. Good trading. Really good trading. It's down to a 3-on-3. We see them go for that last-ditch attempt back on the B bomb site, but look at the bomb. It's so far away. They're sending 2 players in. This is a really unorthodox setup from Renegades. If you want to fake, going for 2 out of 3 players on the site without bombs risky, and they'll actually fall back. They lose JKS, so Azza comes and tries to rejoin Nifty on this A site, but still, of course, they're not going to fully pre-rotate. Optic still have Alu here.
Yeah, I think the goal was to never lose a player on B and fall both through connector to middle and have like a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 into the A bomb site. Unfortunately, they lost a player, though. They didn't get anything out of it either, so Alu gets to stay here. Still a chance, though, for Renegades.
Oh, the timing.
Nifty's alive, so, I mean, you can't count him out. He gets a kill, gets a 2-on-2. We'll get the plant. They're going to rotate to try to retake, and they're going to split up. One's going to try to come from behind middle. One's going to be coming from stairs, and I think H has already popped off some bullets to indicate where he's coming from, but Raza, he reads that flank.
Yeah, now it's just HS left to keep this game alive and this series alive for Optic, as they might just be eliminated. He's got to find the 1v2. Pushes up, Just trying to find Azza. He's seen him in the toilets already, but it's Nifty, and very aptly so, closes out the series. 3 kills. It will be Renegades heading to the grand finals here of iBUYPOWER Masters. Currently off the back of 2 event wins in the last few weeks. They're looking to make it a 3rd. And with Optic being eliminated, that just leaves one more NA team here to fight Renegades in the finals. It will be Liquid or C9. One of them will be joining this Australian core. That'll be up later. And of course, before that, let's talk about this match. What on earth did we just see?
I think Nifty had, if I'm doing my math correctly, I think he had 55 kills across the 2 maps. He had 33, I think, in this map, and he had 22 in the previous. He was plus 10 in that last one. In this one, he was definitely at plus 20, I think. So plus 30 for the series with the AWP. Not only was he just having big numbers, but the impact was always there. He was clutching. He's the closer. He put that last round away on Cash. He got them the map put on this map with a big quad kill with the AWP up close, clutching as well. He's showing you a little bit of everything. He's showing you fast firing speed. He's showing you his ability to open up rounds. He's showing you his ability to close rounds. And he's also calling as well. Like he's trying to become more and more like that next Fallen character, like this guy who can in-game lead and op at the same time. It's a rarity. We don't have a lot of op in-game leaders in the scene, and Nifty's definitely been living up to the task.
Yeah, and even Ustillo alongside that as well. He ended the series in 37 and 28 over 2 maps, you know? And again, we talked about him earlier. This isn't the man that we expect to be the playmaker. Not that he doesn't have the skill, but there's so much firepower on this roster. We have those 2 North American players alongside the core of Azza and JKS who are very strong as well. So when we look at Ustillo, we don't go, oh, this is the man we want to see at the top of the board.
I hope this is a Nifty we keep seeing in and out, because if Nav can